for the day. The first versus the second seed, Team Liquid ID up against RRQ Hoshi.
So TLID already kind of doing their homework. They know that RRQ loves to slot up this 1-1 early in the first phase, and TLID taking it off. And this is already a start to a very different draft of what we saw previously. Now, something else they took off the field is the Bruno. Now, Leo, do you think the prio of this match is going to be way different than the prio of last match? How the Joy became so important, how the Bruno became so important. Do we think it's going to be a completely different playing field here?
Oh yeah, for sure. Already we're seeing a lot of, how do I say, tailored bans for each team and specific picks coming through. Not a single Jushin was showed in the first series today, so that is the priority. Giving it over to Yehezkiel. RRQ, what they can trade for is, what, a Hilda? That's a breakout pick from that season of MPLID. You also have the Hylos still out and about. Suyo still there. Joy as well.
And the Cho, which still can be flexed, roam, or the XP lane. But with that Zushin first pick, I mean, we've seen how much of a threat it can be, right? The crowd control, able to have a massive AoE range to give a lot of teams trouble. There's a reason why this hero's banned out majority of the time. And a quick response back from RRQ Hoshi. There goes that Cho with the Valentina alongside.
I like the Valentina, I like the Cho, and I like how they don't slot up the jungler first, because what we learned from the last series is it's rock, paper, scissors out there right now. And if you slot it first, with the way the bans are looking, there's still plenty of counter options in there. TLID, on the other hand, is going to be the one who has to do it. They pick up the Hilda, they pick up the Suyo. If I'm RQ at this point, do we lock in the Joy?
Win rate on Joy is still very good, especially against its rock, paper, scissors contemporary. And there it is, putting it in the hands of the mercenary. I don't see this getting flexed. No way. I don't think Dyron is the kind to pick it up just because it's clear as day. This is going into the hands of Sutsujin. Going into the ban, second phase. Coach Kez taking out the Belleric, which is, again, a solid counter to the Joy and the Cho. You just stand in the middle, rather than Dryad.
The only one.
Stop this nonsense.
This is going to be challenging. I mean, already having the Cho on your side, that was something that could have gave the Joy a little bit of trouble, but now it's going to work in RRQ Hoshi's favor. You know who else is available? The Tig. And I wonder if TLID is going to try and take that away, because if they lock in that Tig, they flex this Cho into the XP lane, they have some great defense, especially with the Hilda, who's going to want to invade in that jungle. But Joy, we've seen the mobility, we've seen the farm rotations. It's hard to match up with.
Now, I will say this, one of Edoc's signature picks is the Cho. Big chance. I think they keep it on him. I do think, I mean, there is the flexibility possibility, but Edoc Cho is, it's known. It's considered, you know, like the pick for Edoc here, and RQ loves to slot in. What's surprising me is they didn't lock in gold early. They saved Skylar for last, and at this point, I think they saved Skylar for very, very last. They probably lock in EXP here. Maybe they go for the swap and lock in Roam, but they decide to go for the Gatot, which, like I said, I think that's going to be EXP, and now TLID has to respond.
What do they put on the Invincible? Aaron Shaky once more confirmed to have no deaths in the past 6 games here at M6. Still open is the Beatrix. You want to put the Beatrix on Aaron?
Or the Natan. I mean, both of them still up for grabs. Right now, you are going to have to worry about a heavy dive-centric composition from RQ Hoshi. Not only do you have the AOG from the Gatot, but you also have this Cho, who's going to dive in and look for those solo pickoffs and isolation plays. And then on top of that, you have the Valentina to kind of worry about as well. Right now, not really the best ultimates, I'd say, for the Valentina to profit on so far.
They go for like Hylos and Hylos Natan, or Hylos Beatrix, Hylos Harith, or Chip.
Whoa! All right.
Big change up.
So far, we've only really seen Chip use as a specific answer or a strat-defining, rotation-defining pick. And of course, the return of Harith. What do they close the draft up with? A Claude. What are they trying to find here?
Well, I mean, you get the Purify, you get the Escape, you have some ability, you have mobility, and if there's, you know, Skylar's up there in the echelon where he could pull it off.
All right. Gentlemen, the draft has been settled. Game's about to begin. Let's throw it over to Ingan and to Naisu.
Thank you so much, panel, for breaking it down. Welcome back to the English casting desk here again. I'm Naisu, and this is Ingan, and we're ready to bring you the second match of the day. Maybe we get 5 games again. Ingan, you know, we just had an amazing series conclude with Fnatic Onic locking in the top 4. Now, one of these teams fighting to be the first one, at least from Indonesia, to move forward to the top 4. How are we liking the draft here?
You know, I like the fact that there's a chip. Chip has been utilized a lot by highly macro teams in terms of getting the objectives that they need, and at the same time going for the split pushes. So it's interesting how TLID will play upon this chip.
We'll see if the chip's going to work or not. It's the Kings versus the Champions. Who will reign on the world stage? And it starts here in game number 1. Again, a best of 5 to decide the fate for the 2 teams from Indonesia. Taking a look once again, the matchup. We always get a good glimpse at the junglers, and we saw the talk that led into this match. And, you know, Edok, man, we've seen him so much on the Cho. A lot of teams, they have decided to go ahead and deal with this pick, make it work. It does give a lot of crowd control, obviously, but the pick-off potential is great. Early on, too. I mean, it looks like they're already making moves.
Okay, they're trying to make a move on to Edok. Edok has to walk away. Here comes the Revitalize, though. And now RRQ Hoshi turning things around. Might be able to work on Widdy. Here comes Yesgil with a Lantern Flare. Gonna try and work on Dryer, and they're not even done, though. A lot of sustain, a lot of damage. But here comes Sutsujin, though. Not yet level 4, but they're able to take down a Widdy. An aggressive start from TLID and RRQ. A 1-for-1 trade.
Fabian, little stutter step there, but now still going to break it out. Sutsujin taking a couple shots with the Soul Sever. He gets punished. It's a double already for Fabian.
Flavor Fav, a double kill. A bit of an overextension then from RRQ Hoshi. Even Sutsujin isn't level 4 yet. So that was just a huge play coming in from Fabian.
I mean, such an extended skirmish already. You know, that's what that really broke out to, and that's where you play on the part when you have a Revitalize available. Mind you, we've been seeing teams do this where they have the double Revitalize options, and that's Team Liquid this time around. And even Dyrant, you know, he had his own, but that's what those fights and those early skirmishes are going to do. Now, how does that play into the first objective? A little bit of a lead right now for Team Liquid ID, but the fight might break out. Widdy does take a couple shots. Lantern still to throw everybody from RRQ around, but the turtle is up, and now it's going to be started up. Both teams getting in position. Fabian will hold the turtle, half health for now.
Even now, Sutsujin isn't still level 4, so Fabian might be able to get the turtle, a free one for TLID. And no trade once again from RRQ Hoshi.
What's difficult here for RRQ Hoshi, hold on, Aran, okay, Edok's out of there, is not only playing against double Revitalize, but also the Purifies that are available here. They have to be able to go ahead and follow through with the catch. Oh, not even that. But also just playing against Widdy the Wise. The chip has worked for some teams, and honestly for others, it's also been a weak point. It's kind of double-edged sword when you pick up this chip and you bring it to a certain draft, a certain gameplay style. Now up top, still the focus trying to keep Sutsujin under control on that Joy pick, but that's the thing. I'm really interested to see how Team Liquid decides to go ahead and use the chip. It's literally bringing in the cavalry to some of the fights, but are the punishes enough? Does RQ have enough to go ahead and punish when that shortcut comes through?
Honestly, it's just a bonus if ever Widdy performs or executes a beautiful shortcut, because right now, looking at the gold level gap of Fabian and Sutsujin, that's 2 levels ahead for the Suyo. And we all know Sutsujin with the Joy, it's gonna scale up later on, but how will you make it reach if this is TLID? The aggression just keeps on continuing and continuing for TLID.
For RQ, they're going to hold on to their own shortcut. That's always an option that Rins has with this Valentina pick. Really just not too anything too crazy happening. Even the fact that you have Edok on the Cho, it's kind of just getting stopped in his tracks just because of Yehezkiel has this Jushin. We've seen this quite a bit. They're able to go ahead and just stop Edok from trying to set things up. But really, you don't really want to unless Sutsujin has the ability to go forward. Fabian will keep Edok in check. Purple buff's up now, so we'll see. He's got to be able to secure that, but this is just what's going to continue to happen. You already talked about the level gap, but Fabian now working on this purple buff, and that's just going to go ahead and get taken. Turtle's up. Meanwhile, Sutsujin working on the orange, just going to get spotted out. They might break into a skirmish. They'll fight.
They're going to commit. The way of the dragon. Aran has to use the Revitalize. Here comes Yezgil to the rescue with the Crimson Beacon. Gonna catch AOG used defensively. No casualty for RRQ Hoshi, but you can see already how much lead TLID has to the point that Aran, even if he overcommits, he's not going to fall down. He's going to do his job properly, which is to delay and delay as much as possible the Joyce power spike later on.
Even in this matchup, making his way. They know Aaron Shiki's there. Can he actually withstand this?
Blazing to it, but Aaron Shiki also has his Salmon Force. Here's come Widdy though. They're trying to work on Edok. Edok commits the kick, but he's gonna get bursted down. Coming in from Aaron Shiki. Aaron Shiki got deleted also. 3 members ganging up on Widdy the Wise, and he will fall down in the hands of Sutsujin.
There's RRQ Hoshi. They get 2 kills in the exchange. It looked like the shortcut came through, but the mid turret did get taken down as Team Liquid ID gets an objective. Surprising too, Skylar able to go ahead and withstand that. Yehezkiel delaying them a little bit longer from recalling. Now Aaron joins the fight, gonna crash down on Riz. Under the turret, gets dragged back, and Aran will get the kill.
Where did Aran come from? All of a sudden, Riz just got bursted down, and TLID, they already got the mid lane turret. Okay, Edok commits the kick onto Flava Fave. Will he be able to escape though? Here comes the Sever. It's gonna hurt quite a bit. Aran still has the power of Wild Wilderness. So TLID gonna go again for the purple buff steal.
You're gonna take this, we'll see this time around. Susujin's just here, just around the corner. Might actually just lose it. Again, there's a lot of pressure on that side of the jungle. And right now, even though RRQ Hoshi finds a couple kills, TLID holding on comfortably to the lead that they have. And they'll play around with some of the macro decisions that they have whenever they have shortcut available. So with this building into the next objective, they might go 3 for 3 on the turtles. And it's up to RRQ Hoshi to decide on how they want to approach this. They might just give up all 3 turtles and just try to play catch-up. We know that Skylar on the Claude needs more time to build up to get the items that he needs in comparison to a Harith for Aaron Shiki. Well, right now, turtles up. Radiant Armor is locked in now for Edok. That might help him dealing a little bit with this, the Jushin across from him, but so far, we really haven't seen those setup kicks that we're looking for from Edok like we've seen previously, as now the 3rd turtle is locked in, secured for TLID.
Yeah, and I actually like to go back to your point, because the reason why Edok is having a hard time or having trouble with finding those angles is because of the constant pressure Yehezkiel has been putting onto him. And even Aran, every single burst that he can find, he's going to go in and try to get Edok out of position. So far, TLID, not just controlling all the neutral objectives, also getting a lot of ground covered for their side.
I'm surprised at just how methodical this is, and that's why it's a little bit slower paced, just because TLID, they know their advantage. They can go ahead and play around the macro level. They don't have to force any fights. A lot of the times, they're just kind of responding. As long as they keep Edok in check and he's not doing what he has to do on the Cho, they don't really have to force anything. They just whittle down the turrets, get the space they need, focus on taking the buffs if they can, or at least putting pressure there, and just continue to build up. I mean, nothing action-packed has happened in the last 2 minutes or so, but they continue to build up on the gold lead that they have. So it's RRQ Hoshi that has to kind of stop the bleeding here.
Okay, electrifying beats for Sutsujin. Just trying to keep TLID at bay. They might go for Edok. Lantern Flare is going to connect, forcing Edok to use the flicker. Here comes Rinso. He has his own Crimson Beacon. And now RRQ Hoshi still standing their ground. They're not going to let the 2nd-tier turret get taken down.
Now they hold on to it, but again, they're just really holding on at this point. Now waiting for that lore to come up, and with TLID having the lead they do, they should be able to go ahead and secure things. Finally working on the tier 2. They'll whittle this down a little bit with Aaron Shiki. It looks like RRQ Hoshi doesn't want to let it go, though. They will clear out the lane and keep the turret up. But still, the rest of the pressure is just going to stay there again for TLID, and knowing that they can just let RRQ Hoshi respond. This time, Rins is holding on to his own beacon. Edok, though, takes a couple shots. Aaron's going to jump in.
Commits the power of Wilderness. Now he has to walk away. Because he has to respect the damage coming in from RRQ Hoshi, but that was more than enough for TLID to secure higher ground in this Lord pit. Again, they're just really controlling the mid lane, the bottom lane, and now even the minions are going to take down the bottom lane turret.
You can see that. Again, a previous record, it's beaten by 1 second now. Fastest level 15, and that's just going to be another objective. But they go in with a shortcut. Are they going to be able to follow through? That's already the Lord taken. The shortcut to come up. They don't get any kills, but they might fight here.
They commit the kick, but is it going to be enough? Though Skylar goes in with the blazing duet. Aaron Shiki onto the backline with his Salmon Force, going to be able to take down one more. AOG going to be used up defensively. Yehezkiel on the other hand, going for Jiren. They're going to evade a potential death, but Fabian says no, we want more, and brings down 2.
Oh man, you heard it earlier. He said, be careful. goes in, gets a kill, and now with the Lord in favor, it's looking a little dire here for RRQ Hoshi trying to defend the base.
Okay, they're ganging up on Edok. Lantern Flare is there. Edok has to walk away. The damage chunking up a lot of his health. Energy shields will be popped in the middle lane. And onto the bottom lane, RRQ Hoshi. They have to think about how to clear out this Lord as fast as possible without suffering any inhibitor turret takedowns.
Here, they might be able to go ahead and clear this out. Again, only the first Lord. RRQ Hoshi makes work of it. But they do lose space, more space around the map. They already didn't have a lot to work with. But that gold lead continues to build up as Team Liquid ID just keeps punishing RRQ Hoshi's positioning, and that's all utilizing the shortcut. I mean, that's exactly what it is. You know, 1 minute they're taking the Lord, next thing you know, here comes Team Liquid ID through a portal, crashing down. And RRQ Hoshi, they don't have an answer for it just yet. You know, even Skylar, he needs time to continue to build up. He's got the Corrosive Scythe and DHS still working on the next last item here to really come online, that Trinity for the Claude. So they're just kind of lacking some damage. Part of that was in due to that Suzujin was just, he had a hard time in the jungle, man. He was gapped early on and until now, quite behind Fabian.
Yeah, the first 2 kills that Fabian picked up onto the early game was really crucial because that opened up a lot for TLID, not to mention that they were able to take down the mid lane turret even before the 3rd turtle respawned. So Suzujin's jungle has been exposed rapidly, and I just noticed here Shiki already has a death. And now they're trying to go for Yzikal, forced to use the Crimson Beacon. Skylar going in with a Blazing Duet. Now they're going to work on Fabian. There's the kit, but Witty goes in with a shortcut. They're going to be able to break down Yzikal and Fabian. Here comes the Kingdom, trying to answer back, working on Aaron Shiki. Rin's used to the Crimson Beacon to walk away, but Dyron, though, is going to get caught, though, by TLID. For the price of Skylar, they were able to take down Yzikal and Fabian.
There we go, RRQ Hoshi able to find something. Yes, Skylar went down. But that was a fight that they decided to take. They jump on in and they follow through from Dyron. But man, do they have ground to cover. Even looking at the gold rankings here between the heroes and the lanes, they have a lot of work to do. Even for Skylar, like I mentioned, he was nearly there for the 3-item power spike that is for the Claude, which just locked in the golden staff. But you don't want to go ahead and lose all those fights. If they can get a couple kills, that's great, but can they actually go face-to-face in a team fight for the Lord? It might be better for them to go ahead and continue to try to farm up, buy some more time in this game because of how one-sided the early game was. TLID will go ahead and start this up, and this is going to be a quick one. Already half health on the Lord, and RRQ Hoshi going to be too late to get in this side of the map. They will try to get the purple buff at least. You can see that too, Aaron Shiki picking up Divine Glaive enough too, just to take Dyron down, you know, to half health. So that's what's in store for RRQ Hoshi as they get ready for this defense. Now, Ingon, are they going to get past this? Are they going to get past this Lord push in, being down this much?
I mean, it's still possible. Although I believe they're gonna suffer inhibitor turret takedowns. But again, I do want to commend Aran because Aran has been covering a lot of ground, providing a lot of vision for the side of TLID without even being taken down even once. 1-0-4 with the Hilda. Now the Lord later on will siege in the bottom lane. Let's see if RRQ Hoshi, the Kingdom, can they defend it?
RQ's gonna have to do it. They get prepped and ready. Rin's holding on to the beacon himself, and Aaron Shiki jumps on in. Lord still making its way down the bottom side to clear out the waves. Edok doesn't want to use the kick just yet, holding on to the Way of the Dragon.
Conceal.
Lord's going to go push in. Conceal going to be used, but still keeping things under control, taking their time. Bottom turret now down. RRQ Hoshi will clear that out. Mid-wave now pushing in. Looking to take this. Conceal's already going to be used.
Oh, okay. Here comes Arando onto the back. Edok commits the kick. Plus the Blazing Duet, will they be able to take down more? Aran is going to fall down. Skylar with the Blazing Duet to try and clear out the minions. Sutsujin, Dyron is down. TLID trying to work on bringing down the crystal. But RRQ Hoshi manages to defend the onslaught of TLID. Fabian goes in. Edok has to walk away. They don't have anything. Skylar goes 1v1, but there's a Winter Crown. 2 Winter Crown plays. Skylar might be able to escape, but Aaron Shiki says no. And that's another. Edok falls down. And TLID with a game 1 win.
What a play, and Aaron Shiki coming in at the end to get the triple. This game, he might not have been invincible, but man, did he come through in game number 1. 14 minutes, 2 seconds in. Very, very strong showing for the series already for the Cavalry. And it looks like RRQ Hoshi, the Kingdom, will have to readjust from this, come together and be able to secure